Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So Brandon Jennings just signed a 10-day contract with the Milwaukee Bucks. So I'm not sure if a lot of you guys remember this, but once upon a time, Brandon Jennings was actually a rookie on this team, and he looked like he was going to be a very promising point guard, guys. Like, this dude was an absolute beast when he played for the Bucks. I know one game in his rookie season, he had like a 54-point game or something like that. So I thought for today's video, we were going to see what if Brandon Jennings, in his prime, played for the current Milwaukee Bucks, just because I want to see how much he could affect this team. I'm actually going to run him at the shooting guard position, just because like they still have Eric Bledsoe on the team, and we're definitely not going to put Eric Bledsoe on the bench. So yeah, we're going to go with a small ball lineup of Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Jennings, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and John Henson. Within our bench is going to be Jabari Parker and Malcolm Brogdon. I feel like Jennings on this team could definitely maybe rejuvenate his career a bit, you know, going back to his rookie days. I mean, I don't know, guys. You look at his stats right here, and he's always been a good scorer. It's like, yeah, ever since he had that really bad Achilles injury on the Detroit Pistons, he has fallen off, you know, like 2 seasons ago, which it was sucked to see because I really liked him on the Pistons. He was always a good scoring point guard. Did not always take the smartest shots, but was still something out there, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you go back to his rookie days, he had a 15-point per game season, almost 20 points right here, always averaging at least 15-plus points, and very underrated passer. I mean, he got his teammates involved on offense, so not always the best defensive guy either, but if you were looking for offense, look no farther, guys, than Brandon Jennings. So really hoping he works out over there, guys. So we are going to simulate the season, see what the record is out here. I'm thinking, you know, Brandon Jennings on this team, at least the prime one. I'm not saying the current one, because the current one still has a lot to prove. I'm thinking probably about 54 wins. I think this team was really good, guys. You put Chris Middleton at the 3 spot, Giannis at the 4. He can play any position. And yeah, it's another big-time score out here. So let's go ahead and simulate this season. I want to talk a little bit more about Brandon Jennings and kind of what we can expect for him like in real life on the Milwaukee Bucks. So as of right now, you know, I know Brogdon went down with injury. He played a lot of backup point guard for this team. It is just a 10-day contract. Yo, so far this team is balling out, guys. Just saying, this team is balling out. But yeah, I think if anything, he will be a veteran presence on this team. Are they really expecting him to be like the main backup guard? Probably not in the long term. I mean, a 10-day contract is pretty much like a tryout, and it's saying, hey man, where are you at as a player right now? And I think Brandon Jennings still has a lot to offer to an NBA team. He's definitely not old or anything like that. I think his age is, let me look it up here on my end. He is, okay, age 28. So yeah, he's like right in that area of where his prime would be. You know what I'm saying? Continue simulation right there. And I think he gives them a good option until, you know, Brogdon gets back at least. Although I always saw Brogdon more as a backup shooting guard, if I'm being quite honest. Maybe, I mean, well, I think he should be a starter, but, you know, there's other guys on the team right now that are starting over him. But yeah, so I don't think people really talk enough about Brandon Jennings when it comes to, you know, NBA players whose careers have been really hurt by injury. Because like I was saying, guys, last season when he played for the Detroit Pistons, he was putting up this at the age of 25 in the 2014-2015 NBA season. He was at 15 points, 7 assists, got a few rebounds out there, about a steal a game. Efficiently, guys, shot, I mean, he was about a 32% three-point shooter, 35% throughout his entire NBA career. So that's definitely okay. It's respectable. I mean, I know we did take a lot of clown-ass shots sometimes where I was just kind of like, yo, what are you doing, Brandon? But he also made them. Not to mention, one of my favorite jump shots of all times. I know it's kind of ugly. He's one of those left-handed shooters where it's like, I normally think left-handed shooters are good, and then I met Joe Ingles of the Utah Jazz. But yeah, I always thought they had very smooth shots. But his is kind of like, it's kind of like a catapult where he like slings it back and slings it forward. So I don't know, guys. Because I know right now they also have Matthew Dellavedova on the team. I'm not really quite sure how he's doing as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. I do know he has a bitch-ass contract. But it definitely is a low-risk move, just because a lot of these point guards, you know, they'll leave a certain system, and they'll just never really be the same player that they once were on that team. And his best season was definitely in the 2012 NBA season, when he put up 19 points per game and 6 assists on the Milwaukee Bucks. So, you know, being a familiar arena, maybe some of the same coaching staff is there. I really don't know who he would work with. Maybe like the, I don't know, man, the point guard coach or something like that. Because we all know the same coach ain't there no more. I don't know who the coach was back then. I think Scott Skiles was the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks for quite some time. But you look at the record of this team so far with prime Brandon Jennings, if he can return any bit of that form, if he could be a guy that can give them, I'm going to say, you know, like 10 points and 3 assists off the bench, that's a huge W, guys. That's a huge W. Just a player I'm really rooting for, because he did not really fall off. I don't think fall off is the correct term when it comes to Brandon Jennings. I think he's just a victim of bad injuries. You know what I'm saying? So that's one guy I'm really rooting for, Brandon Jennings. 59 wins with a prime Jennings on this team. I don't expect him to get back to that form, but, you know, like I was saying, man, if he can become a serviceable guard off the bench at least, you know, and bring some big time scoring. Be one of those guys that every now and again can drop 20 points, you know, on a team or something like that. Here is the player stats on the season. See if we got any. There's Giannis running the power forward position out to a 96 overall. All-NBA second, All-NBA third. So no Brandon Jennings on here. Didn't really expect him to be that because he was never like a top point guard in the NBA. He was always kind of like that mid-tier, kind of like that second, third tier point guards. Player stats on the season. Giannis 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Eric Bledsoe 18 points. So prime Brandon Jennings is at 17 points and 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1-2 steals per game, and shot a nice 43%, along 35% from 3. Chucked up a lot of them, man. I mean, I know the NBA is a new era now. It's like where you can do that, but damn, dude, you shot. Why is Eric Bledsoe shooting so many threes? He's not really a three-point shooter, is he? I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. But yeah, so we do have playoffs now. First round, the Miami Heat. See how they do against them. Simulate current rounds. I don't know, man. I like doing these videos a lot because, yeah, I could have put, like, you know, 10-day contract, 70 overall Brandon Jennings on the team. It wouldn't have been as fun, guys. This is a, you know, a more fun way to show the video, but also still kind of talk about the current situation. You guys got to let me know in the comment section below. What do you really expect from Brandon Jennings on this team? Do you think he's going to get cut in 10 days? Because that's also a possibility, right? So 18 points, 9 assists, 3 steals in this closeout game against the Miami Heat. I don't know. I feel like anytime you can put like shooters around Giannis, that's definitely going to be a W. And I think he can definitely at least maybe even be a spot-up shooter. You know what I'm saying, man? Like not put so much pressure on that Achilles and just be a guy that sits in the corner and just launches up threes. You don't got to have the ball in your hand. Like maybe a shooting guard position and kind of like that Lou Williams type of role where you're just like a, you know, a short guard off the bench. I don't know. Is Lou starting on the Clippers these days? I know some games he starts, some games he's probably on the bench. Anyway, though, second round, Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, simulate current round. And swept them 4 games to 0. We also got that top seed. Didn't notice that. Closeout game 22 for Jabari Parker, who also is coming back from injury himself and doing some pretty good things out there. I think Jabari Parker is going to be an all-star power forward in this NBA. So he can learn how to play some pretty good defense. I think he'll at least be a really good stretch 4 out there, which is definitely a position and you want in this NBA how it is right now. 17 for Brandon Jennings in that closeout game. Toronto Raptors, who look like they might actually win the Eastern Conference, playing that type of basketball. Simulate current rounds. We got 4 games, 3 guys, 7-game series, 25 and 7 for Brandon Jennings, and 6 turnovers. How's his career turnovers? He averages about 2.2 turnovers per game. So I mean, that's like, you know, you're saying that, I mean, he has 6 assists out there. So what's that? Is that like a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio? Is my bitch ass math correct? Probably not. Houston Rockets, Milwaukee Bucks. Simulate current rounds. Well, guys, Houston Rockets still win the series out there. I don't know. I'm just really hoping that Brandon Jennings comes back healthy. I hope he ends up signing with the team for the rest of the NBA season. I hope he's a big part of their future success because I love Brandon Jennings. I liked him all the way back, you know, the way he was playing in high school and stuff. Anyway, my friends, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, guys. Also, link in the description below to Extra Crispy, my second YouTube channel. You guys are going to want to subscribe to that. Posting daily content on there. All right, peace out, bitch asses. I mean, my friends, my bitch ass friends. Y'all, my bitch ass friends.